Hey, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome to Sakura Succubus. Finally, I've got the Sakura game that is not a Yuri. So, yeah, let's go. Let's check it out. An idol, I assume.
Alright, everybody! Are you having a good time?
Yeah!
Yay! Hearing that makes me super happy. Thank you for your continued support from the bottom of my heart. This concert hall really is amazing, isn't it? I can't believe I was invited to perform in such an incredible venue.
It's what you deserve, are you? We love you, are you?
We'll always support you!
Are you? I've never been to a concert.
Wow! You all sound so passionate! I'm touched that you care so much about little old me! You know, when I first started out I was just an underground idol. I didn't have many fans, and performing on a big stage like this was nothing more than an impossible dream. I used to cover anime songs on this
Capital letter.
on the streets. I worked hard to memorize the lyrics and the dance steps, but I was just a novice, and I messed up a lot. I never thought I'd come this far. Sometimes I thought about giving up, but I knew that would be spitting in the faces of all you wonderful people who cheered me on when I was at my lowest.
Are you never gives up? You're a strong guy, you keep fighting. You can do it, you can do anything. We love you, are you?
Thank you, everybody! Thank you so much! When I was still a beginner, I knew I couldn't afford to take a single fan of mine for granted. Your love and affection meant the world to me. You cheered me on, so I knew I had to keep going. I didn't want to let any of you down. If I did that, I wouldn't be able to call myself an idol ever again. My path was a hard one, but I never gave up. I devoted my life, my very soul, to the pursuit of being an idol.
Nice.
And now, I finally made it. I'm standing on this huge stage, in front of thousands and thousands of people, and I have never felt more humbled in my life. You guys are my life, my life, my love. My heart belongs to every single one of you. And so, I'm going to dedicate this next song to you. This is my latest single, Overflowing Feelings. Let's go!
Please don't make me sing. Alright, this is what I've been waiting for. This is such a hype song. Whoa, I'm getting goosebumps already. I can't believe that IYU loves me so much. I mean us. She's not like the other idols out there. She really does value her fans. She's so pure and beautiful. I just can't get enough of her cute smile. She is. I don't have that many voices. I'll support you until the end of time, IYU. For now, forever. You're the only real 3D girl for me. Are you? Yeah, that's right. Are you? Who's Hiroki? Gee, what am I even doing with my life? The question I ask myself every day. The question I ask myself every day, yeah. I stare at the stage, my hands jumped in my pockets as the lights dim. The crowd falls quiet. It's so silent you could hear a pin drop. If I was as crazy about Iku Ayu as some of these older fans, I'd probably consider it an immense privilege to even stand in the same room as she is. No matter how far away I am from the stage. I'm sure for some of the guys here, this is the happiest night of their lives. A middle-aged man standing next to me is actually crying. Wow. Some diehard IU fans are acting like this concert is a religious experience. Wow. And I guess I can't fault them for it. Ridiculous for it seems to me. Gods aren't so very different from idols. Part of me wishes I could join the hype, but this isn't really my scene. Same really. I'm not much into other idol stage, I guess, but I'm pretty anxious too. When boss finds out what happened today, he's going to kill me. If only the trains hadn't been delayed. Then I would have gotten here on time, and I would have made it to the front of the crowd like I was ordered to. What? I brought my... Oh, you're a cameraman, okay. I brought my camera equipment with me, but I can hardly set it up now. I'm hemmed in by dozens of men all wearing IU shirts and holding glow sticks. There's barely enough room to swing around the cat, let alone wield a large industrial standard camera. This might be one of my worst nights of my life. This concert hall is huge, but it's not enough to accommodate all of IU's fans. She's way too popular. I've stood through about 15 different tracks so far, and my ears are still ringing from the crowd yelling and IU's adorable vocals. Adorable. I don't think I can take much for more of this. I hope this is the last song. Slowly, almost menacingly, the background music of IU's latest song begins to build. It grows louder and louder until I can feel it reverberating through the ground. It's so loud, my teeth start to chatter, and my whole body trembles with the nervous energy. Don't do this to me, game. Lights burst open the stage like fireworks, once more revealing IU's perfect body. Okay, yes. The crowd, as expected, goes nuts. IU strikes a pose. She holds one arm out as for beckoning the crowd, while her other hand curls about her microphone with a metal sign. IU's gaze sweeps a... Well, technically we don't know, maybe she is an idol in the metal genre of music, right? I mean, maybe that's not the outfit normally you would get, but you know, I guess that would make her stand out still. Anyway, IU's gaze sweeps across the sea of glow sticks spread out before her. She smiles sweetly as for thanking each and every one of her fans. For a moment, her eyes seem to catch mine. I don't know how this would work. Her gaze lingers hot like coals upon me. I feel my skin prickle. Has she picked me out of the crowd? Does she even know I'm alive? The answer is no. I'm surrounded by so many people it's doubtful she can even see me. I'm not even one of her fans. I'm not at this concert because I love her music. If I'm being perfectly honest, I actually think her high-pitched voice is annoying. Ow! Does IU know this? Is that why she's looking at me? Suddenly I feel exposed. I'm not like the other men here, I'm just a filthy imposter. I shouldn't be here at all. The bright lights hurt my eyes. I wince. All the while I continues to hold my gaze. She stares me, her eyes large and all-consuming. Then she begins to sing. Please no, please no, please no. Oof. At least I don't have to do that. Well, this is just great. Now, what am I going to do? I kick at a loose pebble on the sidewalk. It skitters away, bouncing a handful of times before it's swallowed by the darkness. The street is dark, illuminated only by a few street lamps. It's cold too. I shudder. I'm not sure what time it is. IU's concert finished at around... Wait. Wingcloud is American company, right? Don't they operate on AM PM time? Because that's how we normally have the time set in Poland. Nice! But yeah, it's around... How do you say this? Well, I got so confused, like... Do you even say the hour that is set like this in English at all? Okay, whatever. 30 minutes past 9 PM. But then, there was the handshake event I had to go to. I attended on the off chance I might be able to get a brief word with the famous Ayu and a couple of photos. But it wasn't to be. I waited in line to shake her holy hand for well over an hour. I was almost at the front of the queue when the handshake event ended, and those of us unfortunate enough not to meet our idol face to face were told to screw off by a security guard. Well, he didn't say it in quite those terms. There were more apologies involved, but that's what it boiled down to.
Sorry, but it's getting late and Ayu has a busy schedule. We'll need to cut this handshake event short for now. I apologize to those of you who were unable to see her. Please support her during her next concert. You'll get another chance to see her then.
And with that, we were dismissed. My camera equipment, waves heavy in the back, looped around my shoulder. I wish I'd had a chance to actually use any of it. If only the trains hadn't been delayed. If only. If only! It's not my fault that I got to the concert late. There were delays, okay? It couldn't be helped. Try explaining that to my boss on Monday. I know he'll pin the blame on this debacle squarely up on my skinny shoulders. Of course he would. It's easier to chew me out than the whole rail company. But now that I think about it, if the rail company screwed up this badly, we probably are not in Japan. I seem to be sighing a lot lately. I think it must be stress. That or a critical lack of sleep. Or both. Who knew being a photographer could be such a hard work? I would say it's highly likely. It's almost midnight on a Saturday. It wouldn't be the first time my boss has made me work during the weekends, and it certainly won't be the last. I came all the way out here so I could take pics of Ayu's latest concert, but I didn't get a single snapshot. Not a single one. What a waste of time. I yawn, in case you didn't know. What was that? Pressing one hand against my gaping mouth. Since it's late, I should probably head home. I feel exhausted, and I have something of a headache. Curling up in bed and resting my head on a nice soft pillow sounds like heaven right about now. But it's rare I come to this part of Tokyo. So we are in Japan. And part of me is craving a drink. This must be some alternative universe. I mean, if... Really, I mean... Their means of transportation don't screw up that badly, sorry. There's a lot of nice, high-class bars around this area, and I sure could use a pick-me-up. If I dally too long, the trains will stop running, then I'll need to spend the night in a hotel. That sounds like a pain. But I can cross that bridge when I get to it. Somewhat cheered by my plan, I turn neatly on my heels. There's a pretty nice bar around here, only a short way. My aching legs could use some exercise, and the incessant wind helps bring some color to my cheeks. I have not gone more than a handful of steps however when I pause. There's a lone woman crossing the street parallel to me, walking in the opposite direction. Her head is low, her features obscured by the dark, but something about looks like familiar? Oh, exam. Yeah. Her hair is a light orange-brown color, and it's tied back in two cute twin tails. Twin tails is usually a dangerous sign.
Just kidding.
Those sweet tales stream behind her like banners as she walks, fluttering in the breeze. I'd recognize that her anywhere, even if I hadn't seen it illuminated by the bright lights of a stage an hour ago. It's Ayu. No way. Otherwise she's walking the nighttime Tokyo streets alone. She's a famous idol. Shouldn't she be chaperoned by at least a dozen bodyguards? I don't know. How is Tokyo at night? This does make sense. There is no reason Ayu should be out at a time like this. Maybe this woman isn't her. It could be somebody who just so happens to look a lot like her, has the same outfit she was wearing, and so on. But that's impossible. She's even wearing the same cute pink and white outfit she wore while she was performing. Her skirt is a many-layered, crafted work of art. It's like a fancy wedding cake, and atop her head there sits a small, not at all practical hat. How is it not falling for, right? When it's like to the side. Her arms and legs are bare, exposed to the elements, and she's wearing a very tall, impressive pair of heels that make loud clacky noises with every step. Heels are unhealthy for the feet though. It was hard for me to see her clearly during her concert, given I was so far away from the stage. Or maybe you have bad eyesight. I was nothing more than blur, barely visible above the heads of thousands of fans. Oh yeah, you might not be tall as well. Now, however, she's standing possibly close to me. She's only a few feet away, on the other side of the street. She feels less like an incredible untouchable idol and more like a regular human being, which, of course, she is. I might be beloved by a million people across Japan, but she's not infallible. She doesn't have magical powers. And she's no goddess to be worshipped at an altar. You know, he says all of that, but then I remember what was the title of the game. She's a regular girl. Without those heels of hers, she'd probably be pretty short. She's less impressive now, on this windswept street, than she was on the stage. But she feels more approachable. I was just lamenting my inability to take Ayu's photo 5 minutes prior. I thought I failed my assignment, but this could be my lucky break. If I ask nicely, maybe I should pose for a pic or two. My car will be saved. Hey, Ayu! I don't know if saying hey Ayu is the right way to address a famous celeb like Ayu, but neither do I care. These photos aren't going to take themselves. Huh? Uh-oh. Ayu pauses. She turns, her lips pursed in a confused frown. Confused, you say? Looks more like she's about to kill you. The moment I see her face, the air is knocked out of my lungs. It's definitely her. There is somebody else this could be. This is the idol who's captured millions of hearts ever since her official debut. This is the idol I've seen in magazines, on the TV screen, and plastered on billboards all over Tokyo. It's the same idol I saw, albeit begrudgingly, as she performed on stage bathed in a sea of lights. I can't let her go. The future my car is riding on this. I don't want to be fired. Ayu! What? Ayu takes a step back, alarmed. Who are you? Don't come any closer to me, you creep! I'm getting pepper spray in my back! I'm afraid to use it on a mongrel like you! That's fine. You can pepper spray me or call me a mongrel or anything you want. You can even ask me to bow down before your feet. Everything's fine so long as you let me take your photo. Photo? You mean like an obscure photo? Are you some sort of pervert? No, I'm not. I'm just a humble photographer and I want to do my job. Please, won't you pose for me? I'm begging you. Ayu doesn't sound moved by my cries. If anything, she looks downright disgusted. She wrinkles her nose. Whatever happened to appreciating all her vans, huh? And takes a few more hurried steps back. Leave me alone, you virgin loser! I'm not interested in posing for a so-called photographer like you! But, please, listen. No, back off, or I'll call the police, I mean it! You're nothing more than an insect to me, and I have no qualms about squashing you! Leave me alone! Wow. Well, I guess I know friend who we are not chasing. But I don't. The promise of maybe not being shouted at by my irate boss, or indeed fired, is too heady a holy grail for me to pass up. Think about different way. You know what? I would feel about this complete different way. If you had your camera turned on already, okay, and you would catch this on a video, you would have a super hot deal. Anyway, I take another step forth. Ayu tries to read, but I'm faster than she is, and she's wearing a very high pair of heels. Ayu totters. She tethers. It looks like she's going to fall. She opens her mouth, alarmed, and a high-pitched squeal emits from her lips. Kya! Or something like this. Hey, wait! Hold on! I might have called me a material and a bug. And it's true, I had no fond feelings for her music, but I still don't want her to get hurt. That's right. Because that's what men do. I need to try and help her. And so I throw caution to the wind. I dive forth, seizing her wrist with my arm and pull her tethering body against mine. Huh? What are you? Ah! Unfortunately for me, gravity is a harsh mistress and I'm unable to resist her. I fall over backwards, Ayu's prone body still pressed against my own. I grit my teeth together, ready for impact. And... okay. As I fall, time seems to slow to a trickle. The seconds turn into minutes, which turn into hours. What? And then, with a loud toot and a warning crunch, I collapse against the cold, grey sidewalk. Oof. I lie there for a few moments, winded, and stare up at the starry night sky. Full moon nice. But I'm not convinced you'd be able to see so many stars while being in the middle of Tokyo. Given how much light there is out there, yeah, I don't think it would be possible, like, the way it is now visible to us. My head is pounding like the speakers at Ayu's concert and my back is killing me. I hope I haven't broken any bones. Gingerly I twitch my fingertips. They seem to be in working order at least. As a photographer, my fingers are pretty important. Then I try to stop, but I can't. There is a wave pressing down upon my chest. It's... those are spots, aren't they? Spots are hot. Ayu. The famous idol Ikue Ayu, Japan's beloved sweetheart, is sitting astride me like a cowgirl. Her legs are spread, her thighs pinioning me in place, while her skirt is all rumpled up. She holds one hand to her head, wincing as she tries to gather her bearings. She looks dazed and confused, but I don't think she's hurt. I was able to shield her from the worst of the fall. I took the full brunt of the pain for her sake. I'll protect her pretty face, and I'm glad it worked. Who'd want to look at photos of a famous idol with a bruised eye and a split lip? I'd get into a world of trouble if I tried to publish pics like that. Speaking of taking photos! Crap. I'd almost completely forgotten about my bag slung across my chest, filled with expensive, top-of-the-range equipment. I didn't buy any of that equipment myself, it was on lease by my company. My boss always warns me before I head off on my assignments to take care of the expensive camera and the lenses he trusts me with. Well, I have only one. One lens, one camera, and I don't use it too much. This equipment is worth more than your life. If you break it, I'll break one of your arms. Do you understand, Ogasawara? Damn it! The words force their way out of my chest. My lungs feel constrained by both my mounting anxiety and the wave of Ayu's body. I haven't checked inside my bag yet, but I'm already fearing the worst. The crunch sound I heard as I fell over. What if that was my skull? Crumpling on itself like a paper plate, but all my equipment? If my camera is broken, it will be both like a pick of eye, even though she's right in front of me. Don't you have a phone as well? I mean, if you are a photographer, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to take a good photo even with a phone camera. I've screwed up yet again. A-Boss is going to be so pissed off. Why I have to come over all chivalric at such a critical junction? My job's on the line as this, without adding wanton destruction of company property to my list of sins. I might be attractive, but she's worth this much trouble. No, I want nothing more than to drink myself into oblivion. Hey, are you... I blink up at her. Her pretty face swims before me, rendered vague and hazy thanks to my pounding headache. I'm sorry about all that. I know you might be in a state of shock, but would you mind getting off me? It's hard to breathe, you see. She doesn't reply. Instead, she stares at me, her eyes blank and unseeing, her mouth slack. Her soul hasn't escaped from her body, has it? Has she gone to a state of catatonic shock? Since she's an idol, and a popular and at that, in case you didn't know from what we've said so far, somehow, she must be bound by quite a strict contract. Most idols aren't allowed to spend much time with members of the opposite sex. Or gender, if you prefer that word. Could this be the first time she's thought to be fair, now that I think about it? I remember my university lecture saying that you don't really use the word gender at all. Do know why. I don't remember. She explained, but whatever. Could this be the first time she's ever been so close and personal with a man? A man who isn't her father, I mean! That might explain why she's staring at me so intensely. She looks like she's just clapped eyes on an extraterrestrial. Damn. I curse once more, my head and my lungs on fire. As if it wasn't bad enough that I've potentially broken tens of thousands of yen worth of camera equipment, it's beginning to look like I might have broken IU too. I'll reach out to grab her because I want to help. I was trying to spare her from sustaining too much damage. I never meant to cause her so much harm. IU... I can't let myself panic. If I do, I might start life even more. I need to be cool, calm, and impersonal, like a doctor. For given the circumstances, that's quite a tall order. The wave of her body is pressing against me and I can feel the warmth of her skin through my clothes, not to mention the fullness of her thighs. Yeah. Her lips are pursed and her cheeks are dusted with red blush. She looks utterly delectable, much like the fake strawberry that adorns her tiny top hat. I mean, spats are okay, right? Spats should be okay, not to make a force sensor. Anyway, I don't think much of a singing voice, but I can finally see in painfully clear detail why she's so enduringly popular. She's insanely good looking, and unlike a lot of other celebs who hide behind extensive photo editing, she looks even better in person. She smells good too, kind of like strawberries. Oh, that's a good smell. The cool wind runs through her hair, wafting her scent towards me. Her unique aroma fills my nostrils, while her body consumes my eyes. Now my five senses know nothing other than her. The hardness and the coldness of this... She's not even sitting on you, actually. The hardness and the coldness of the sidewalk melts away. She downs the throbbing pain in my... So... Wait. I can't concentrate anymore. The hardness and the coldness of the sidewalk melts away, as does the throbbing pain in my back and my head. Often it does matter that I can't breathe. I want this moment to last a lifetime, but that's hardly practical. If anybody sees us like this, we're done for. I's reputation will be in shreds. Unless, of course, she claims that I molested her, then I can forget about my work-related abuse. I'll be sent straight to prison instead! Yahoo! Ah, this is bad. I need to try and wriggle my way out of this position, or things will go from bad to worse. Are you please? We can't stay like this. Not in the middle of the public street. So we can stay like this somewhere else? According to your logic? I don't want to sound rude, but would you mind moving for both our sakes? I will breathe heavily. Her voluptuous chest rises and falls under her thighs, kinch about my waist. Rather than extricating herself from me, she is gripping me more intensely than ever. Are you please? I try to dissuade her, but to avail, her fingers grip the fabric of my shirt, and then she does something truly improbable. She presses me to the ground even more. And I lie there like a pinback. I'm so stunned I hardly know what to think or feel. This is incredible, of course. If this perfect paragon of feminine beauty keeps not allowing me to get up, I won't be responsible for my future actions. Who knows what he will do? Maybe he will date her. She's so cute. She's to die for. I was never a big fan of Ayo, but if this keeps up, she might just convert me. After this is over and done with, will I be obligated to attend the rest of her concerts? Will I have to fork out the cash to buy all her newest CDs, her merch, tickets for her performance? It will be hard to do that if I lose my job, though. And it will be even harder if I get sent to prison. I know I should put an end to this, but I'm a weak man. Ayo's undeniably good looking, and she's more appealing than ever when she isn't talking in that annoying high-pitched voice of hers. Her moans. This should be a crime. I want to hold her in my arms and kiss her. She blinks. She looks down at me. Her fingers still curled about the fabric of her. What? Her fingers still curled about the fabric of my shirt, probably. Her lips pursed. Her eyes don't look glassy, like they did before. And though she's still blushing, her brow is furrowed. She doesn't look like she's enjoying herself. In fact, she seems downright pissed. Yes, what is it? You pervert! She slaps my cheek so hard my teeth rattle and stars explode behind my eyelids. That's probably going to leave a mark. Damn! Now the right side of my face is throbbing. What a nice way to cup of the night.
I can't believe you tried to take advantage of me like that! Out in the open! You should be ashamed of yourself! You're the absolute worst!
Say what? She pushes herself off of me. She gets to her feet, still tettering in her heels, then glowers.
Your mother would be ashamed if she could see you right now. You're less than an insect. You're even less than a worm.
I don't know which one would be worse, being less than a worm or less than an insect, to be honest.
You don't even deserve to exist on the same planet as those worthy creatures. At least worms and ants and spiders help the environment. They're part of the ecosystem, but you're just waste of space. Waste of space. You don't deserve to live. Why don't you just die? Better yet, I will kill you myself. I will kill you.
She doesn't try to help me back to my feet. Instead, she spits vitriol at me, even more corrosive than the harshest of chemicals. Wow. I try to get up, but she does make it easy for me. Slapping my face wasn't enough to satisfy her self-righteous rage because she kicks my shin. I started back, hissing. How can you stagger if you're on the ground? Doubled over with pain. Damn it! Ayu's heels are sharp and pointed, and being hit by them hurts. At least Ayu's hatred has helped to ease my raging passions. I don't feel turned on anymore. Instead, I feel pained, upset, and confused. I wasn't trying to take advantage of you. You fell. I went to steady you. It's because of me that you didn't hurt yourself. Could you thank me for that at least?
Thank you!
Ayu stares at me incredulously. I love her facial expression, by the way.
Why should I thank you? I never would have fallen if you hadn't called out to me, you moron!
Well, I guess she's not wrong about that. That's 1 point to Ayu.
Besides, I bet you want me to land on top of you. You're practically throbbing with anticipation. You're the worst, and I never want to see you ever again. You're lucky I'm not going to call the police on you. You see, fella? Never talk to me ever again! But just another there!
She turns and marches off. She mutters to herself all the while, her arms swinging back and forth at her sides like a soldier's. Yeah, we are not chasing after her. I'm not sure what she's saying exactly, but a few choice bits and pieces of her angry monologue filter back to me on the cool breeze.
Loser! Who does he think he is? Attracted or anything, not my type, so. Like that before, must be a trick. Don't let him get better than you. There's something special about that guy.
Whoa, I don't move. I'm so stunned by my unexpected encounter with Ayu, I can only stand there, mouth agape. It's only after a few minutes have elapsed and Ayu has faded from view that I finally return to my senses. My head's still throbbing and my back aches, but I don't think I've broken anything. That's something to be thankful for at least. But the same can be said for my camera. Shit. I take one cursory look into my back and soon wish I hadn't bothered. There is no two ways about it, my boss is definitely going to kill me. But that might happen in the next episode. That's right, we had the first look into Sakura Succubus, we'll continue tomorrow. For now, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you tomorrow as well. Bye bye.